What's up, everybody? Good morning. This is the Not for Normies podcast, your place for any gaming news that you want to talk about. So this is me and Christian Diaz.
What's up?
What's going on, guys? So today, this week, we actually have a good number of things to talk about. But let's start it off with things that we're playing currently. Chris, what are you playing this week? What have you been playing this
Um,
past week?
I'm playing two basically classics that have come back. Mass Effect Legendary Edition I've been playing. I never played Mass Effect in the past, and I'm also playing Zelda the Minish Cap right now as well.
Mm.
And I'm
So
still trying to get back to Octopath Traveler 2 as well. I'm hitting it every now and then, but that's such a big story-based game that I'm like playing other things around it as well.
so this is the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect, right?
Uh-huh.
And what do you think of like you're starting off like at the beginning, right? The first game.
Yeah, I started at the first game. It's
Yeah.
pretty
So what do
fun.
you think about it?
So I had heard about Mass Effect growing up because it was such a big franchise as it was coming out, but I never had because it was an Xbox exclusive and I never had an Xbox to play it on, and I was just never into like big shooter RPGs, but I really didn't
Mm.
know how big, like really how fully developed of like a an RPG it was really, like in terms of like the progression systems, like the way that you level up in the game, like how you get XP from doing like the smallest little things. And honestly, like the dialogue between the characters is so nice. Everything is fully voiced. I think the game came out in like 2007, like 2006, 2007 or something like that. And it holds up pretty well. I mean, this is the remastered edition, so textures look different. It obviously looks nicer, plays nicer, more smoother.
Yeah. I'm looking at a side by side comparison between the two,
Uh-huh.
and it's night and day. It
Oh,
really is like
I would
night and
actually
day.
love to see a side by side. Let me look at that real quick.
Yeah, when you pull up, when you just Google Mass Effect Legendary Edition, it pulls up EA's website and it shows like it's basically an homage
Oh
to
my God, I'd never do
everything Mass
that.
Effect. Yeah, it's basically an homage to everything Mass Effect.
I didn't
And it
realize
talks
how
about,
bad this looked before.
oh
Jesus.
yeah, it looked god awful. It looked super bad. At
Yo.
least Mass Effect 1. But the thing is that you're right. I think that the game, what really holds up, what makes it hold up the most is the
Mhm.
fact that the story and the dialogue and
Its
everything there.
systems are really well made, I feel like. The combat feels
Exactly.
nice, even though it's a little clunky for like an over the it's like an over the shoulder shooter, like third person. But it plays like combat wise a little clunky. I think it'll get better on 2 and 3 to be honest. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I just love these like really story based heavy games just because you can sit, chill, and just like listen to the dialogue and really get enveloped in the world. Honestly, it's fully fleshed out, Javi. Like the story, the history, the cultures like behind the different races in the game. You learn about it all, and it doesn't feel like a chore to learn about like the story in this game. It happens very, very naturally. And even though there's like a lot of dialogue, like I'm talking like the first time you hit the main town, like the hub of the game is called the Citadel, and it's like this
Hmm.
main big ass city. The first time you're there, it's like really overwhelming, and you're talking to literally everybody. But once you get the hang of how things work and like how the journal works, how your side quests work, where you should be going and what you should be doing, you get in this real nice flow of playing the game, and it's really enjoyable, honestly. I,
I
I
think
love the
when
story. Love the
Yeah,
story.
I was about to say it's like it's probably it probably at least when it comes to like a dialogue perspective, it probably goes for like more of a Witcher feeling in that you can talk to pretty much anybody, you can converse with anyone. You could probably I think you can have relationships with pretty much anybody in the game, which is nuts. You can
Wait, you can
that
have
was one of
relationships in that game?
yeah,
Dude, I
on
had
this game.
no idea. I had no idea. Dude, I
Yeah,
know Mass Effect went completely over my head as it was coming
I was
out.
saying I've never played it. I've never played this game.
So like I don't know. I didn't even know you can like have a relationship in this game.
No, you can have multiple relationships in this game.
Wait, really? That's so cool.
Yeah. And I
That's so
believe
funny.
everything that happens in Mass Effect
Mhm.
when you start Mass Effect 2, all of those things
Mhm.
transfer over to Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
And then to Mass Effect 3 and then to or is it
Wait,
is
wait,
it Mass
wait.
Effect 2?
All the decisions I've been
All of it.
making
All of the
transfer?
decisions that yes, all of your decisions.
Whoa. That's
Yes,
actually kind of scary.
everything.
I I really
Everything.
didn't know that. That's actually
Like if
that
you kill somebody, I think if you kill somebody off, they don't show up in the second and third game.
I honestly thought it was so much more low stakes. Like I've been making decisions already like that I don't think have been a super big deal, but I've been making the decisions like willy nilly, like, oh, I'll be good here, I'll be bad here, I'll like do good shit here, bad shit here, and then
No, they remember.
I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, once I go to the second and the third game, it's like a new game anyway, so it'll be fine. But now that you're telling me that the choices transfer
No,
over,
dude.
like that's
No, dude.
yeah.
All the NPCs they remember. They remember your save data. So they'll like if they know you as a dick from game one,
Uh huh.
they'll remember in game two and game three. Like you'll have to regain their trust if you need them. Or like all that other stuff. It's crazy. It's
Jeez.
crazy. I always get so nervous when playing those types of games because I always feel like my decision will end up screwing something over.
Hmm.
Like or I always get like mad FOMO. Like I'll make a decision and then I won't know whether or not I
I
made
get
the right
that.
decision.
I
I
get
get
that.
such bad FOMO. I get
Yeah.
such bad FOMO.
This is a
But
bigger thing in Western RPGs, like where choices determine like outcomes and endings and stuff like that. Because I feel like in a lot of JRPGs, it's a lot more like good ending, bad ending, and like middle ending for a lot of like RPGs. You know what I
what
mean?
about Nier Automata though? There's
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no,
there's like
no. There,
15
yeah,
endings to that game.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, there
Is it?
are a few JRPGs that have like a lot of multiple endings like that. Star Ocean
Yeah.
was one that comes to mind as a lot as well. I don't know if you've ever played any of the Star Ocean games, but you like build
No, I've never played any of the Star Ocean. And
you
there's a new one.
the last two are so trash. The last
Really?
two,
Like that?
the
Wait, did you
la
play the newest one?
the newest one I haven't even played, but I played
Yeah.
the one before that, and I'm not, dude. I just can't bother with even the new one. It got mediocre reviews. I'm just not gonna waste my time with it.
Yeah.
Star Ocean was at its best in 2D, and then the Till the End of Time for the PS2 was Star Ocean 3. That one
Hmm.
was like regarded as one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Like none of the
Well, I
3D
def
ones did too well.
well, I definitely think that I definitely think I'm gonna hop into Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, because
You should,
from
man.
the way
It's
that
fun.
because as far as like Mass Effect, the first game,
Hmm.
obviously combat's gonna be dated because this game came out in 2007. I just looked it up right now.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2007. Obviously, this game is old. So when it comes to certain things, it will be dated. But when it comes to like two and three, those games are going to be a lot better when it comes to like their systems, the way
Yeah.
that everything is fleshed out.
I'm looking at footage of
The
Mass Effect 2 right now. Mass Effect 2 already looks better. Like
Yeah,
the way the UI looks and shit like that, like it already looks better.
man, it's crazy how much everything is kind of hopped up, like
Yo,
in terms of
I'm honestly so surprised this game was made in 2007 because I'm thinking of another game that came out around the same time. I think Final Fantasy X came out, 10 came out 2006.
I'm about to find out right now. Final
Oh,
Fantasy 10.
2001. Never mind, never mind,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm
Or
thinking.
or maybe it was 10,
Was
maybe it
it
was 10
13?
too?
Hold on.
No.
When did 13 come out? Because I'm trying to get a reference. 13 was 2009. When did 12 come out? I'm trying to get a reference of like
Final,
what games looked
Final
like
Fantasy.
back then. So this is the closest. Final Fantasy 12 was 2006. Dude, I
Oh, the
think,
Zodiac Age?
yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh, this,
before Zodiac Age came out, just the original 12. It's just because I'm just making like a comparison difference to the type of game and like the way they look and play.
yeah.
I think Mass Effect was a big deal for when it came out, man. Like in terms of what it was accomplishing for like, was there another shooter RPG of its caliber around that time? Because like Borderlands was when? Bor-
No, when you talk about over the shoulder like that, I always think of Gears of War.
Borderlands was
I'm like,
2009. No wait, that
well,
doesn't make sense.
hold on.
Borderlands,
When did Gears of War come out?
because Gears of War is not RPG-ish, is it? It's very just
No, but
run and
when
gun.
no, yeah, exactly. It's very run and gun. The story is linear. The
Yeah,
story is linear. So everything else is there's no open world. There's no having relationships with people. There's no decisions to be made. It's destroy everything, blow everything up, and that's it. Okay, so
yeah. So
Gears of War, but when it comes to the combat, when it comes to combat, because you're talking about something that's over the shoulder. Gears of War came out 2006. That the
yeah, yeah.
Mass Effect 1 came
It
out
feels very Gears
2007.
of War with the over the shoulder camera. Now that I'm thinking of it,
Can you like go under like certain like can you go behind
it's a lot of cover. Yeah, yeah. The cover
yeah,
is a big deal.
yeah. If
So
cover's like a big deal, this
that was just the
definitely
systems. That was the
Yeah.
systems at the time. So like
Hmm.
around then it was like OG Halo. I think Halo 2 was Halo 3 out. I don't think so. No, I think it was
I
like
loved Halo 3. I
I think it
loved
was
Halo
Halo like
3.
1 and 2 out at the same at that time, and then I don't even did Call of Duty have Modern Warfare at that point? Maybe Modern Warfare 1. So
No, Halo, the original Halo came out in 2001.
I know, but when Halo 3 come out?
Halo 3?
Mm-hmm.
That was like around like I feel like this was around
This
like my high school days.
that time,
Yeah,
right?
2007. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
2007.
So
Everybody was doing it.
So the biggest shooters around this time were Halo 3, Mass Effect 1, and like Gears of War. And so it's just like, but it does look like that. It honestly does look like Gears of War now that you mention it, because I only played a bit of Gears of War 1.
Because it
And
gives me those vibes. This is like,
no, it does. It honestly, even though some of the weapons sort of feel like Gears of War weapons, like how, like the feedback that you get from the weapon.
yeah, this definitely gives me like Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 vibes, where it's the way that those games looked
Mhm.
and felt were very similar. Were very similar.
In terms of its
It's not,
genre, I really want to know. Sorry to interrupt. I really want to know. Like, is it really like the first shooter RPG of its kind? Because like before that, I only recognized Borderlands as like kind of like a first-person shooter with RPG
but
elements.
also
You know,
RPG elements, yeah.
like
With RPG elements, yeah, I think
I,
so.
I honestly can't think of like another one. BioShock maybe. Was that around the same time?
2007. Wow,
2007.
bro.
Yeah. So this was an age of like basically this is around when that started, like first person RPGs,
Wow,
with
I
just
feel
progression
super dated.
systems, like first person shooters with progression systems, basically.
Yeah, this was in Unreal Engine 2.
That's really
Like all
interesting.
these, this is so, yeah, this is super weird.
Mass Effect might have been a trailblazer in that type of genre, to be honest, now that I think
Mass
about it.
Effect, yeah. There were a lot of good games out in 2006, 2007. Now I'm looking at everything, I'm like, they came out with
Because
BioShock, Mass Effect.
PS3 was 2006.
Yeah.
That was the era of next gen PS3,
Hmm.
Xbox 360.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm playing that, and I'm also playing Zelda: The Minish Cap. Big nostalgia
Yes.
vibes. I mentioned it last week how, well, I mentioned it 2 weeks ago how I was never gonna pay for the Game Boy fucking Nintendo Switch online subscription because it's a waste of money,
Yep.
and I
Uh-huh.
need more games on my emulator. I can't just fucking be playing Metroid and
You have
Zelda.
all of the games on your emulator, which is
I
so funny
have an
because
emulator with all the games anyways. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I gave you every game on GBA,
I know.
and
But
it's
it's about the
crazy.
feel, you know. It's about the feel of playing it on the Switch, and then also on the big screen. Like, I guess I could connect the Retroid Pocket to the TV,
To your
right?
TV.
Through
Yeah.
I should just be
It
doing that, to be honest. But
yeah, but the
whatever.
thing is that it doesn't play as fluid. That's why I got it.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't play as
I
fluid.
it's
Yo,
just not
fuck
the
this
same.
stupid fucking chicken mini game. I'm watching footage of Minish Cap right now, and you know that
Uh-huh.
fucking cuckoo mini game where you have to capture the cuckoos and throw them back in the fucking the nest. You know what I'm talking about? And then you get like rupees for catching the cuckoos all over town.
Yeah.
Dude, I was playing with Melissa. Oh my god, dude, I was going crazy. Like I was literally about to have an aneurysm, fucking catching those fucking cuckoos because you have to catch like 6 of them in 50 seconds. You gotta like
Oh my gosh, you're so
you
right.
gotta learn the fucking town map like it's a COD map. You gotta know every
Yeah.
nook and cranny of the damn town to catch all these chickens and then bring them
Yeah.
back in town.
That one was rough. That
So,
was really
dude,
hard.
these old school platforming games, like these old school Zelda games, are ruthless. Like
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care about your feelings whatsoever.
not meant for kids. It looks like
No.
a kid game, but it's so you know, it's so funny because I've been playing Minish Cap, and I swear we got, I think, like a couple hours into the game, and then we reached a point in video games that I've never reached before in a long time where you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now?
Oh
You
yeah,
know that feeling?
crazy.
You
Yes.
haven't had that feeling in such a long time because games are so streamlined now to tell you, like, give you waypoints, tell you exactly where to fucking go. You know what I mean? And in
Oh,
this game,
and
it
when you get to that point where you don't know what you're doing, you can literally press start and look through your look through through what you need to do, what your main quests are, and then your side quests, and everything's kind of like
yeah.
laid out for you very easily. Back then, if you turn off your game and you come back, you'll have to remember, be like,
That's what's crazy.
what
There's
do I
no,
have to do?
especially
Where
in
am I?
Zelda games, there's
There's
no
no
fuck
hand holding.
there's no quest line. You know what I mean? It's just like they tell
Yeah.
you capture the elements or like
Mhm.
go to the shrines or whatever the fuck, right? And it's up to you to figure out which order you're able to do those things in, you know, with the items that you have. And it's like, it's great game design. I mean, that's honestly what makes Zelda what it is. But I
Yeah.
started to remember as a kid how much I would get lost in this game, where I just like wouldn't know what the fuck to do, like didn't know where the fuck to go. Like, I'm so glad I have the experience of playing it as a kid, because now playing it with Melissa, I know like, oh shit, you need this item for this, you need this item for this, you need to start going over here. But
No, but there's still plenty of moments where where I got lost playing that game.
no,
Where
for real,
the
yeah.
amount of backtracking that you have to do when you play that game, you kind of
Do you remember
don't
the
think.
kinstone pieces? Do you remember like the kinstone fusion? Those pieces, you would go up to other NPCs and you would fuse those pieces together, and it was like a puzzle. You would have to collect all these random puzzle pieces, go up to random NPCs and fuse the pieces with them. And sometimes that would lead to you uncovering like a section of the main story.
Yes.
So sometimes, dude,
Whoa.
sometimes you have to go around town to every random townsperson, fusing kinstone pieces with them until you unlock something on the world that like needed to get unlocked from that puzzle.
I hated doing this, dude.
Dude,
There
so
was
like,
so many. You would legitimately get stuck somewhere because you couldn't find this kinstone piece.
yeah,
Oh my God. Bro, it's been a minute. You know, I beat this game. I beat this game on my way when I was traveling to go visit Erica, my fiance's, when I went to go visit her family in Ecuador. And it was
this
so
was
funny because
recently.
I was playing this.
You're playing it like on the Retroid Pocket.
Yeah, I was playing on the Retroid Pocket,
Uh huh.
and I was playing it on the flight over there. I was playing it everywhere because like I had never beaten this game. I was like, oh, I want to play Minish Cap because I always hear such high praise for
Yeah.
Minish Cap. I want to play it. I want to beat it. And
It's my
first off,
favorite.
this
It's my
game is
favorite 2D
long.
Zelda game, right next to Link to the Past.
What about Link's Awakening?
I like in order the best 2D
Uh,
games to me. I like A Link to the Past the best,
yeah, it's nice.
Minish Cap, Minish Cap, and then A Link Between Worlds. A Link Between
Oh
Worlds was
no,
fire. A Link
no.
Between Worlds was fire, bro. Like, so
No.
good.
I have. Now that you say that, it's A Link Between Worlds first for me.
Uh huh.
Because it was the first 2D Zelda game that I beat outright.
Really?
I blew through that game. I obliterated that game. It was that game, then A Link to the Past, then Minish Cap, then A Link's Awakening. Though Link's Awakening on Switch, the remake for it is wow, bro.
No, it's really
Like
good.
you
That's the cartoony one that
wow.
that you lent me, right?
Yeah,
The more chibi-esque one. Yeah,
yeah.
Link's Awakening was really good, man. I had a lot of fun with it. I played that one with Melissa as well, and we beat it pretty fast. A Link to the Past just holds like a special place in my heart. That was the
Hmm.
first Zelda game that I played and also beat.
Hmm.
And yeah,
I
A
would
Link.
be totally down to see one of those games. Imagine Minish Cap or A Link to the Past in that art style.
Hmm.
In that
In like the 3D world, or like in the
no,
old
like
school Link to the
in a Link
Past.
to like old school Link to the Past,
Hmm.
but like in the Link's Awakening look, like the
Okay.
new one, the remake for it.
Yeah.
Like imagine both of those worlds colliding. Oh my God.
I guess
The
just because like
nostalgia trip, man.
I guess
If
it's
you're
just because of
listening,
the
this is just
nostalgia, but
money.
I like the pixel art more. The pixel art for like this game and A Link to the Past like is more pleasing to look at in my opinion than Link's Awakening. Not that I had a problem with the cheapiness of it, but it was just like I love the pixel art so much in Minish Cap. Minish
Yeah.
Cap just has
No,
such a
and it still holds up. It still holds up.
it has such a magical feeling to it. Also, did you know that this game was made by Capcom?
Which game?
Zelda Minish Cap? I'm
Zelda
almost
Minish Cap was made by Capcom?
hold on.
Sorry, I'm sneezing.
Developed by Capcom and Flagship, with Nintendo overseeing the development process. Yeah,
That's
it was a
so
big
crazy.
deal.
What?
It was a big deal that this game was like one of the only ones right next to, yeah.
No way.
Look, Capcom is the only third-party video game development company to have developed the Legend of Zelda titles in collaboration with Nintendo. They designed Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Four Swords, and the Minish Cap. Have you played Oracle of Seasons or Oracle of Ages?
No, but I hear that it's
It
just like
has it has a very similar feel to Minish Cap. The feel of the game feels like Minish Cap, and it feels like A Link to the Past. But Oracle
mm,
Seasons and Ages is nice too. It has very unique features with its like overworld and the seasons or the ages, however you want to look at it, with what game you pick up, because it has like a Pokemon aspect where it's like you pick
I'm
up
about to
either
say it has a
ages
Pokemon
or
aspect.
seasons, right?
Yeah.
And then like messes with the story too, because like you're either going to be changing seasons throughout the game, or you're going to be going back in time and forward in time. So it's like you're either messing with time or you're messing with the seasons for different puzzles or like different story aspects.
I feel like just for that reason, I would probably want to try out seasons before I try ages, just because all these Zelda games have some type of time aspect to them.
Hmm.
Even seasons technically is a time factor. It's just very different than like going back in time or going forward in time. So I would definitely want to try out seasons before I try ages,
Hmm.
but I've never played those games. Once again, it's one of those games I never picked up.
Yeah, because
And
that was on the Game Boy Color, I
Advance?
believe.
Was it Game Boy Color? I think it
Um,
was Game Boy Color. I think it was Game Boy
I could
Color.
be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Game Boy Color, yeah. But I think they might have re-released them as like a package deal, though. I don't know. I could be wrong. Whatever. Point is, Minish Cap, great game. And
Uh,
I found out that like I found out just recently that it was made by Capcom, and I find that to be really honestly pretty cool that like another video game developer like helped develop a main Nintendo game like Zelda.
yeah, and to trust them with an IP as beloved as Zelda, because Zelda, if you mess up their IP, man,
And you know,
ooh, man, the
I
community would be hot. The
I
community would be hot. Don't even think about the backlash from Nintendo. Think of us, because
yeah.
we'll come after you, bro. My goodness, that would suck.
Yeah, and I love the feel of this game. Like Capcom really hit the feel of this game really well. It does feel like really magical in a way, like Minish Cap, like with the pickery, the little people that you turn into and stuff like that, and you see around the world. And you get to see like you get to see like different pickery, like they're the Minish people, right?
Yeah,
The Minish people that you see are different in different parts of the world. So like when you go to the mountains and you go small and you see the Minish people that live there, they look different than the Minish people that live in the forest, or they
yeah.
look different than the Minish people that live in the swamp. And I
Hmm.
thought that was such a unique touch to like help develop the culture and also the world. And it's just so nice, honestly. Like it has such a great feel of a game.
It
Yeah.
definitely aged very well. Like playing this game now, like well, like a couple months ago, but playing this game as of late
Uh huh.
and beating it all the way through, it's definitely a game that holds up very well. And I'm actually glad that this was the reason why you actually got
The
the Game
Nintendo
Boy.
Switch subscription, the
Yeah,
Switch Online
because
subscription. Yeah.
I knew when you told me that you were gonna play Minish Cap, I was like, oh, he's gonna freaking love this game. You're gonna love this game because it ages so well. I blew through this game. Like I blew through Minish Cap. It's such a good game. It's
Yeah.
such a good game.
The 2D Zelda games are very easy to like just like beat very fast. Like beat in like one sitting and not get tired of it. You know what I mean? Like, or not one sitting, but one like week or a couple weeks, like a short period of time. Like I've never played a 2D Zelda game and then it take me months. You know,
Yeah,
like Ocarina of Time took me
it
months.
took me months.
You know what
It
I
took me a
mean?
long. But
Majora's
also
Mask
when
took me
you,
months.
oh
But
yeah,
like
bro, I never beat that game. It's
no,
so
no,
hard to
not.
play.
It was so. As a kid, dude, those games you do not know where the fuck to go. You don't know what to do. You don't know what the fuck to do. Like you don't know what the fuck you're collecting. You know, like no, those games are hard. But the 2D
Yeah,
Zelda
dude.
games have, in my opinion, have always been such like clean, neat experiences where it's like if you want to beat it fast, you can beat it fast, and if you want to fully complete the game and get all the heart containers and everything else, it's not that much more time. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like maybe 3 to 5 more hours of like
Mhm.
exploring and looking for shit and figuring things out. You know what I mean? But like I don't know. I could talk about Zelda nonstop.
Yeah, it's definitely well, it's definitely not something like playing Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask was always really hard for me. Even Breath of the Wild is a game that I sunk in so much time in,
Hmm.
just exploring and just going from like literally end to end, from corner to corner, exploring everything. I spent days playing that game, bro. Like how you like the way that you play what's it called? The way that you play
Dude,
I was gonna say Dragon Quest, but it's not Dragon Quest.
Monster Hunter,
Monster Hunter. The way that you play Monster Hunter is the way that I played
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Yo, I was
I
like that with
went
Breath of the
through
Wild too.
every bit of it.
Breath of the Wild was literally a full time job for me at one point,
Yeah, dude.
where I was literally like farming materials. Like you remember the dragons in Breath of the Wild? how like their horns and claws were worth a lot of money. So
Hmm.
like for a while, I remember I was so into farming in that game. I learned like the spawn location of Ferosh. He's like the lightning dragon or whatever, and he would
Yeah,
spawn out of this lake. So you would make a campfire like right by where he spawns. You would go to sleep, wake up, and he would spawn right there. You would go into bullet time with your bow and arrow, shoot his horn 3 times, reset, go to sleep, wake up again. He spawns again, shoot his horn 3 times. Dude, you do that like 15 times, and then there's like horns all over the field. And you sell all of that for fucking 9,000 rupees. Like, but like,
that's
I was
freaking
doing, I
nuts.
was doing that like as like a job, bro. Like, I was literally treating it like I would wake up in the morning and fucking actually do that shit for like an hour, farm, hardcore, and then I'd do the same thing farming for arrows. There was a way for to farm arrows in that game. Like Breath of the Wild was honestly such a good like
You know
MM,
what's so
like
funny?
it was almost like
As
an
you,
MMO experience, but like single
yeah.
player. You know, in terms of how much it had to offer
Hmm.
for the player.
You know that game has as you're talking about farming, it just reminded me that that Japan released, you know how Japan has like those really cool things that they give people when they get like collector's editions for the game or like certain special editions for like their games.
Hmm.
For for Tears of the Kingdom, there's an edition where you can get a fork and a spoon. I don't know why this is a thing. I just think it's so cool that Japan has all these really interesting random things that they give people when they
Yeah.
get specific editions for the games. Like we always get like a statue, which
We
is
always get
always
a
really
we
nice.
always get like a steel case with an action figure and like an art book and a soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's our collector's editions. But
Japan gets such weird stuff, man. It's so cool. It's so cool. Like where
I
in the
I
world do
really
you
like the I know you have because I've seen it at your place the Sekiro sword. When you pre-order
Oh yeah.
Sekiro, you got that sword, that little figurine.
No,
The
no,
f-
no. That was their special edition. So I
oh
got
yeah, yeah.
their special edition
I had gotten that too. Yeah.
with the figure with Sekiro with like it's him like in a pose with like his sword, and then 3 coins, which I thought were really cool, and then a sword that acts as
Letter opener.
a letter opener.
Hmm.
That was
Yeah,
dope.
I have that.
That's really cool.
So what are you playing?
So right now I'm playing 2 games. I'm playing Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon, and then I'm playing Atomic Heart. I wanted to play Atomic Heart because I really wanted to know how because they got mixed reviews. It got mixed reviews on IGN. Oh, on IGN it gave it an 8. It gave it
Hmm.
an 8. It's good. Like it's a fun game. It's a
Yeah.
cool atomic punk
But
game.
I've seen other people give it like 6 out of 10s or like 60s. So
Oh yeah,
it's ranging from like 6 out of 10 to like 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
And to me that's a really big deal. Like a 6 out of 10 game, I'm not buying. I'm
Oh no.
honestly I'm not doing
Not
it.
even.
I'm not buying it.
No,
Like
no,
because
no,
I'm
no.
just not gonna waste my time with a game that's seen as like average to like mediocre. You know, I'm just not gonna waste my time with that.
Mhm.
But an 8 out of 10 game, I would try. I would buy, I would try. I might even have a lot of fun with it. You know what I mean? But so it's like I don't know. When it comes to like these mixed reviews type game, I always stay away from them, man. I that's why like Cyberpunk 2077 never like I turned a blind eye to it because like I just didn't want it to be bad. I just didn't want it to be bad and everyone gave it such mixed reviews and like even now it seems like even with after all the patches and stuff like it plays well but people still have issues with it. Like I just don't want to mess with it. But with Atomic Heart,
If you're playing it on PS5, it actually runs very well. Though my cousin just jumped in. It's so funny because people are playing this game now.
what
Playing
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk now? Yeah, they're
Mhm.
playing Cyberpunk now on PC and PS5 and people are loving the game because it's a good game. Like underneath all of the bugs, even though
Mhm.
like well this is when it first came out. Even though underneath all the bugs, it is a good game because it has good mechanics. It has a strong story. You can do literally anything in this game. You can look any way. You can do everything you want in this game. It's nuts
Yeah, yeah.
how much they pack into one game.
I really like
It's
the
just
feel of Atomic Hearts. I mean, I'm looking at the footage right now, a review by IGN.
it definitely plays like BioShock. It definitely plays like
No, it
BioShock.
looks like
Playing it now,
even when you do the powers, you extend your hand out like you do the powers in BioShock with the plasmids or whatever, the Eve.
yeah.
Like
You're given like a glove that like it's like integrated into your nervous system or
Hmm.
something like that, or like your neural network or whatever.
Yeah, those female
And
robots are so hot.
oh, bro, it's wild. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. There's some
I love
strange
that.
things.
I
I'm just gonna
honestly
leave it at that. I'm
love
just
that
gonna leave.
stuff.
I'm gonna
That
leave it at that. There's some very sexual things in this game. If you're a parent, I would highly recommend you play this game for yourself before you give it to your kid, because I wouldn't give it to my kid.
yeah.
But uh,
But they made a really unique world. I mean the feel of it looks good. I really like how it's like some type of dystopian future where like the robots come after you. They're programmed to like see you as an
okay,
enemy or something like that. You had said.
so this is backstory. This is what you learn very early on in the game. So this is not really a spoiler. It's just it is like the very beginning of this game. So World War II ends, Russia wins. Okay.
Hmm.
So Russia wins, and then they make this dystopian world where everything is run by robots, basically. Everything is run by robots. We're basically just people in a robotic world. And basically it's talking about like at some point in time, the robots just go absolutely ape shit. And something goes wrong with their systems where they start seeing every single human being as a as an enemy. And so they start attacking them. I at this point in the game, I don't know why. I have no idea as to what made all these robots just go ape shit. It's just it is what it is. So when it comes to like story aspect, it really doesn't there's no like logical explanation for everything.
Who
It's
are
just
you? Who are you as the main character?
I believe you are a an engineer. I think you're an engineer, like one of the head engineers, because people talk to you, but you fought in the war. So you're a war hero, but you're also like an engineer. So you kind of you have a lot of so this is like USSR, this is Russia. So the way that they talk about everything, like everything seems kind of like censored, where people are like the main character is like, oh, I'm gonna shoot it like is like I could definitely use these types of weapons, at a shooting range.
Yeah.
Like very, very like holding back what he actually feels because he fought in the war, but also he's like, I'm also low key kind of a psycho. I think he is kind of a psycho. He kind of just holds everything back. But
So
when
so
you're
the
fighting,
so the story
man,
kind of takes a step back, huh? From the reviews and stuff like that. Like the story
oh
isn't.
yeah, I think story took a back seat. I think there's a lot of so you know how BioShock has a lot of environmental storytelling?
It's about the world.
Yeah.
Bioshock is about
You
the
get a
world.
lot. You
Yeah,
get a
you
lot.
learn as you play.
Yeah.
You.
You get a lot of a backstory from you know how in BioShock you picked up like those cassette tapes and you played the cassettes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They have the same thing here. It's not like cassettes, but there's something like cassettes. So
That's how you
you'll
get.
get
That's how you
like
get your lore. Yeah.
I I actually personally I collected the crap out of those things in BioShock because
Same.
I loved getting backstory
Those
from
audio files are
that
so
way.
nice, and it was telling
Yeah,
like the
it
major
was just
story.
a yeah, it
Yo,
gives it
this
like
fight I'm
a
looking at right now is crazy. Oh my god. Have you done a boss fight in this game? The boss fights look cool.
I'm gonna tell you from the first big fight that I had
Uh
where
huh.
it locked me off into a big fight, my PS5, Chuck,
Really?
my
Where were you
PS5,
fighting? Was it
when
this
there
like
was a
volleyball
big
looking thing? Was it this
no, no,
ball?
no, no,
No?
no,
Okay.
no, no, no. But I really hope as I'll jump back into PS5 every now and again because right now I'm playing so much of my Switch that I haven't even given my Switch a chance
That's funny.
to like
I'm the other
breathe.
way right now. I'm on the PS5 right now nonstop.
Yeah, so I've been playing so much of my Switch so far
Hmm.
that it gives my PlayStation 5 a good amount of time to be like, here's like what you missed. And you'll find like a lot of what's it called? I forget what it's called. Oh my God, I can't remember. Like
You
a
leave
lot
your.
of updates. No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it to update a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
So I think it actually, I think I saw something the other day that there was a like that I got an update for Atomic Heart. So I think they have been patching the game to make
Yeah.
it run better.
Uh huh.
Now, do I give a crap that the story is not that great? Like it's kind of like skin deep in terms of like when like what people say. Like I mean, not all games need to have a fantastic story. It's the
Hmm.
same thing with like Gears of War when it comes to any like FPS, like story is like a very minor thing to making sure that the core gameplay is good, and the core gameplay for Atomic Heart is good, which is why.
It looks fun. It looks fun.
Oh yeah, it's a fun game. I feel like when this game is on sale, people should get it.
Yeah,
100%.
I'll think about picking it up on sale.
Yeah.
How do you have powers? Like,
You pick them up. Okay, so this is another moment where I tell everybody that there's three hypersexualized automatons in this game.
uh
And the one that gives you all the powers is into some really BDSM type stuff. I'm like, yo, this
that's pretty
this
cool.
one's kind of a freak. This one's kind of a freak.
I
And
kind of
so
like that though.
basically,
I like that they're out there with it. I
oh
like
yeah,
that.
they don't care. I
Yeah.
actually really like the fact that, because you don't really see that stuff all the time. So it's
Yeah,
really interesting.
I've never heard of a super hypersexualized robot in a video game before, so
No, neither have I.
I'm
So
here
I thought
for
it
it.
was I didn't really know that going in, like not too
I
much.
had saw
I knew
clips of
that
it.
there was something.
I had saw like a scene of like her in stilettos like jamming it down on you, and
I
like
was like, this is wild.
she kicks you in the face, and like I had seen like scenes like that, and I had seen scenes of like the two robot girls like hugging each other or some shit. I'm like, oh, this is freaky. Yeah.
So so the way that you get your powers, so you remember in BioShock where there's like this vending machine.
Yeah, yeah,
So the vending machine that they have in Atomic Heart is the sexualized automaton thingy.
yeah. Are you literally having
Whereas
sex with them and then having
no, no,
powers?
no. You have to play it yourself. You have to check. You have to see this for yourself because it's easy to explain it, but when you watch it for the first time, you're like, "What in God's creation is happening?" I have no idea what's going on.
Hmm.
And then so it's not you having sex. Eventually, it's just like it's just talking to it, or it's just upgrading like how you would
Uh huh.
normally upgrade. It's just your first interaction with. I don't even remember what it's called with the vending machine thingy. And so it gives you all the powers and whatever. But you have to find all these things, all these knickknacks to in order to upgrade your person. So
Yeah.
it's very, I guess, RPG in that way where you have to kind of like there's a nice progression system. Like you don't have to just be like, oh, I'm gonna upgrade my lightning bolts or my plasma grenades or whatever. Like you can upgrade your weapons, like your guns. You get like this axe thing. It's really cool. Like it like those systems are a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend this game. I don't think I would recommend this game right now. If you're trying to get this game,
I'm gonna wait for sale.
I would definitely wait for a sale.
This
This
honestly
game,
also seems like something that may be a PS Plus game like 3 to 6 months from now.
maybe,
I say like half a year by now. This game's like a PS Plus game.
oh yeah,
It just kind of seems like that to me.
or maybe not a PS Premium, like a
Like a
PS,
monthly game, like one of the monthly games. Like you know how
yeah,
every month they'll have like a
oh
PS5
yeah, for sure.
exclusive and then like
Mhm.
two indie games. Like I feel like this will be like the big game that comes out for that month, and then there'll be like two indie games that come out.
Wasn't there like a really good? Now talking about that, wasn't there a pretty good game?
Horizon was the last one. Forbidden West came out. Yeah.
Oh, so this month it's The Outer Worlds, which is
Hmm.
this is kind of jumping ahead,
Well, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
but yeah.
The
Oh my God. Okay, so we definitely have to talk about it because one of the
yeah.
games is actually kind of nuts because that game literally just came out, and for everybody who bought that game, I am so sorry, but
Wait, which
I'm
game?
getting it free. It's Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, it's free.
It's free,
Yo,
bro, for
rest
April
in pepperoni, bro.
2023.
Rest in peace, dog.
RIP. Oh my God. When I saw it, I was like, no way. I'm gonna pull up.
Get cucked, guys. Come on,
Oh my God. I
come on.
can't believe it. That's gonna be
Your
for
fault for buying a bad
April.
game.
This is so depressing. This is so depressing. Oh
Wait,
my
how many
God.
months was the game out before it went free? Yo, I can't believe it's free. How
Dude,
many
that
months?
game came out this game that game came out this year.
No way. Let me see. Sonic
I'm not even
Frontiers
playing.
released it. Yo, and that's so crazy too because it's like Nintendo, you know? Well, it came out November 8th, it says here. Let me
Oh,
see.
it came out last year.
November 8th.
But
But still, like, five
but dude,
months?
that's from April. That's 5 months?
Less than 6 months, less than half a year, and it's free. No,
No way, dude. That's crazy.
that's really crazy. Yeah.
That's actually insane. Oh my God. Okay, well, so spoiler, yeah, that's crazy. That's honestly kind of nuts.
So
Um,
you're also playing Bayonetta Origins, right?
yes, and I love Bayonetta Origins. It is a fantastic game. Not just for the aesthetic, because personally, I just love the watercolor-esque look to it.
Hmm.
The gameplay itself is very fluid. If there are any frame drops, I don't notice them, if there are any at all. I think IGN gave this game a 9 out of 10.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'd probably give it on the low end, I'd probably give it a low 80. On the high end, I'd definitely give it like a 93, 94, like a solid 9, like a solid 9. It
Yeah.
definitely gets like I definitely understand why it got like a solid 9.
What do you
Um,
So it doesn't play like a Bayonetta game, does it?
no, this is not a Bayonetta game.
Because
This is not a
it
Bayonetta
looks
game
like
like how we play a Bayonetta game.
it looks like a DS game.
So
It looks
I'm
like a
gonna
DS
explain to you.
RPG.
So
Mhm.
I'm gonna explain to you how the mechanics work for this game. You control two different things. You control Cereza, and then you control her familiar, which is Cheshire. Cheshire is like her cat doll thing, and what you do with her, like, and so early on in the game, it kind of explains to you that Cereza is not a very strong witch. She's learning. She's learning to become like a full-fledged witch. But she doesn't really. So when it comes to the Umbra witches, all of their familiars, the reason why they have their hair so long
Mhm.
is because they use their hair to
I'm sorry. Can you hear the dog barking?
as a medium. Huh?
Can you hear
No,
my
I
dog
can't hear
barking?
the dog.
Okay, okay, that's
I
fine.
can't.
Keep going. Keep going.
So the Umber Witches use their hair as a medium for demons to basically they basically possess the hair,
Yeah.
and they can transform them into like the clothes that they wear, into like demons that attack other people, which is why you always see Bayonetta like running in with her hair flipping everywhere, and like the way that her hair kind of like envelops her body, which is kind of nuts. So Reza can't do that because she's a very young witch who is very inexperienced. So she
Wait.
uses
I don't even know. Oh, sorry, I haven't. I've only played Bayonetta one. Cereza, she's not like the main girl, just younger.
no, so Reza, no. This is not Bayonetta.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
this is like a different girl.
As far as I'm concerned, because I haven't played enough into the game, maybe it is. I have no idea. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Bayonetta before she becomes her. But
Okay.
as of right now, this is who she is. As far as I know her, she is Cereza. Cereza is a very young witch, and she basically gets like this vision that tells her that she needs to follow this white wolf to help her save her to follow this white wolf so that she is like imbued with like this very strong power to help her save her mother. I think Bayonetta is her mother. I think that's what it is.
Isn't this meant to
That's
be like a prequel or no?
Yes, I think it's a prequel. I'm pretty sure it's either a prequel or this would because there's some theories now that this game is a prequel to Bayonetta 4,
Okay.
and I kind of believe it because there are a lot of things story-wise that could lead into that direction. It's kind of crazy how this game came out so quickly after Bayonetta 3. I'm very curious to see where they go with it in terms of or what they do with it in as they move forward into Bayonetta 4. I'm very curious to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
But the way that you control the game, so this is gameplay, actual gameplay. Gameplay, you are controlling Cereza with the left joystick, and then you control Cheshire with the right joystick. So you're dual sticking two different things,
Mhm.
which is kind of why the combat seems a lot slower. It's a lot more methodical. You kind of have to think, but there are a lot of different things moving on screen, so you kind of can't move. Like you kind of move, but obviously for somebody who at least for myself, I can only focus on one thing at a time, and it's kind of difficult to like make sure everybody's moving in the right direction so that
Mhm.
when I'm fighting different monsters, I'm not getting my ass kicked by them. It doesn't seem that hard, at least right now, but it definitely There are a
It
lot
looks
of
fun, man. Not gonna lie.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. At least like the combat is a lot of fun. It's pretty basic, but the actual fighting is fun. The puzzles in that game are a lot of fun too.
Uh-huh.
There's not a lot of it doesn't seem that difficult as of right now. I don't think it's at least the puzzles. I hear later on down the road that the puzzles tend to get a little bit more on the harder side. But as of right now, I don't think it's a very difficult. The puzzles are very difficult, but it's also teaching you. So I think as time moves on, I'm gonna really enjoy playing the puzzles. It's definitely not like any of the other Bayonetta games. It's not Bayonetta 1. This is a Bayonetta 2 or 3. This is its own thing. I really and as its own standalone game, I'm really enjoying this game. And the story too. Like the story is great. And the art style is very different than any other Bayonetta game or any other game that I've played apart from some JRPGs that
Mhm.
kind of give this like watercolor-esque look to it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, honestly,
and
looking at it, it sort of looks like Oninaki. Like I've just recently been playing Oninaki. It looks very similar. Like just the over the head combat, like it's just top down, and just the softness of the characters and the art style and how it looks. Like it just seems like Oninaki to me. Even the even
can you
e-
move the camera in Ononaki?
no, it's fixed. It's
It's
fixed.
fixed. It's the
Yeah.
same thing here. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
so
it's fixed.
it kind of
It's a
it
very similar feel type of game in terms of the
when it
even
comes to
the
the combat.
yeah, even the hit stun and the pace at which the game plays, like it looks very similar. But I mean, I love these type of games. That's why I said when I first looked at it that it looks to me like a DS RPG. I didn't mean that in a bad way that it looks outdated. I mean that it looks like it came out during a time of like very heavy DS RPGs that were like this, like top down, action oriented. Like I
Hmm.
played like a lot of the mana games were like this in the early days, like for the Game Boy and DS.
Hmm.
But no, it looks fun. I think I want to buy it, to be honest. How much is it?
It's a full game. It's a full game.
Also
So
60?
it's a solid 60.
Yeah.
I will tell this for anybody who wants to pick up the game. It definitely plays into like that whole storybook aspect. So the whenever it goes into like a talking scene, it'll flip to like a storybook.
Uh-huh.
So if people get kind of if people want to play Bayonetta Origins for like just sole combat, there's a lot of dialogue in this game. For me, who actually enjoys dialogue, especially when it really encapsulates what's going on, I loved it. Like I'm really invested in it. I'm really invested in the storyline and the way that it looks and the action and everything. So I'm invested in it. But for people that are not really into story or thinking that this is another Bayonetta game, it's not that. But for what it is, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, now I'll talk about the Retroid Pocket Flip, which
So
you have
yeah,
had the retro. Well, I think you have had the most investment into emulators. I've played a lot of emulators on PC, but you've had the most investment into like actual physical emulators.
yeah, so I'm a big believer in Retroid Pocket, so I gave you your Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, and
Hmm.
I even have mine, like my Retroid Pocket 3 right here. This is the 3, not the 3 Plus. It works great. I love using emulators, just being able to play different consoles, SNES, NES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance games, all those things. For me, well, even for Retroid Pocket, you can with the Retroid Pocket, you can play since it's an Android device, you can play a bunch of Android games too. You can even play what's it called? I have a my what's it called? GTA Vice City on there,
Hmm.
like the Android version of that game, and it's
Hmm.
just a lot of fun. And like they came, so I personally didn't want to get the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus because I'm there are a lot of people in the community that were really pissed off because the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus came out, I believe, only like I think a month after the Retroid Pocket
That
3
kind of
came out,
sucks.
which pissed
I'd be,
people
yeah, I'd be upset.
off.
I'd be upset too. And what's the
Yeah,
difference
dude.
between the Plus and the three?
I think there's a difference in memory. I think it's a difference in memory. I think that's really it. There might have been a bigger battery. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a instead of getting a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, there's a 45. So better battery life, always a good thing. In the RP3 Plus, there's 4 gigs LPDDR4 RAM
Mm-hmm.
instead of 3. And then on onboard storage, there's 32 gigs for the 3. And then on the RP3 Plus, it's 128 gigs eMMC
What's
storage.
the price difference
So
on these
like
two?
I think they're about the same price.
Oh wow.
Retroid Pocket 3 Plus is 150
Mm-hmm. I
and
have
the
the flip specifications up right now in front of me. It looks pretty
oh no.
nice.
I mean, okay, so the Retro Pocket 3 costs 120
Mm-hmm.
and the 3 Plus costs 150.
And
For me,
the flip is now is going to be a retail of what?
160, 160.
160. Okay.
I find now for people that have been following Retroid Pocket closely, the 3 Plus and the Flip are spec wise the exact same thing. So if you're wanting
Okay.
to get a 3, or if you already have a 3 Plus and you're looking to get the Flip, it may not be a something that you should do considering that it costs it's more money for the same basically the same device except it's a clamshell device. Me personally, I love clamshells. I bought your 3DS
My
off
new
you.
3DS, yeah.
Like yeah, your new 3DS XL I bought off you, and I personally love clamshell devices. Like
Hmm.
that's something I enjoy.
Because
So like
the Game Boy SP was just so peak. The Game
yeah,
Boy
oh,
SP was
super
so good.
peak.
Yeah.
And just I love the clamshell design that Retroid Pocket is going with. I believe it's just a little bit smaller than a 2DS XL, than a new 2DS XL. So
Hmm.
it's a little bit smaller. Joy, uh, the joystick placement is not where I would say is the most ideal, but honestly, I think the only time you're gonna really be using it is when you're playing N64, GameCube, stuff like that. And for the most part, your hands are pretty much where they should be for the most part.
Hmm.
I'm not really too worried about where it is.
Yeah,
The colors
I
on
kind
them.
of don't like the joysticks. Oh, by the way, shout out to this retro dodo guy that I'm using his
Oh yeah,
video as coverage for like the flip. But
yeah, he's been following them fairly closely. But I really like the way, like where everything is placed. The colors on
I
them
do
are really
not like
nice.
those joysticks. I hate that they're down there. To be able to hold that and then have your thumbs down here, like that's so close to the bottom. Like your thumbs are gonna be
No,
close.
exactly. That's why.
They're gonna be close to where
Yeah,
your
they're
pinky
really.
is.
It's really weird.
And then
It's really
if
weird.
you're playing any game that uses the right stick as a camera and you're gonna be moving and the right stick at the same time, like that's gonna be so awkward. I feel like, and then you have to go over here to press the buttons. I don't
But
know.
there is a grip for the Retroid Pocket that they sell separate. I'm not gonna lie, because there's
Oh,
still
not for the
I think you
flip.
can still buy it. Yeah, you can still buy it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for the flip. For the
Oh,
flip.
really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just if you go onto their store, it'll be right there. So the Retroid Pocket Flip, it'll show the price. It's 165. That's 164. That's before shipping. I believe for the most part, we're all gonna get like $20 shipping unless you're like in some part of the United States, like Hawaii, where it's like $30 shipping because you can only use DHL, something crazy like that. For the most part, it's pretty fair.
I love that
Um,
Retroid Pocket. They always have that like old school Nintendo color palette, the SNES color palette with
oh yeah,
the light purple and dark purple on the gray. Like I
it
think
looks so
it
nice.
looks
Honestly, I
so
think I'm
nice.
gonna go
Yeah.
with that one. I'm gonna probably go with that one, but
Or
the
I might like
indigo is
yeah,
really
the indigo. Yeah.
the indigo is really talking to me, dog. It's because like I have my Retro Pocket 3 and it's all black and I love it. It's a nice matte black. It's
Hmm.
not really that shiny,
Oh, the
so
Retroid
there's
Pocket
not a
2
lot of
you gave me is actually the SNES color palette, right? I have
yeah,
it
it's the
here.
SNES colors. It's the SNES colors. So I think I'm gonna shoot for unless somebody can tell me otherwise to go like to get a different color because I definitely don't go for like the sport red. The watermelon's kind of cool because it gives me the
Yeah, I
N64
like the
like
watermelon.
transparent.
I love the transparent. My Game Boy Advance was the gray transparent with the light buttons. I love that shit. Ever since, like I try to get all my controllers transparent. I love
Oh
it.
yeah,
I love the
100%.
I love the aesthetic of it.
The aesthetic of it, of course. Like it's
Yeah.
super nice. It's super cool. Uh, for sure, I think button layout for the most part, stacked shoulder triggers, nice. Where they keep the home button, uh, like
Oh, here's the grip. I see here.
audio jack. Most things are pretty normal. It's a magnetic closure, so that's gonna be nice. I'm happy with that. Everything seems pretty spot on for the Retro Pocket Flip. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, Bluetooth 5.0. It has Wi-Fi, 4 gigs DDR4 RAM, 128 gig storage. It's running Android 11. There's active cooling, which the only reason they would put in an active cooling system inside of the Retro Pocket Flip is because more than likely they really want people who are looking to find something to play GameCube,
Like an intensive game,
like on
like
GameCube.
a PlayStation 2 or a GameCube or like a Wii,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
because right now, I think comfortably you could probably play on on the Retro Pocket 3 Plus. I think watching either Retro Dodo or Retro Game Core. Yeah, this was Retro Game Core.
Mhm.
They said that you could probably play about like 70% of the catalog from GameCube
Oh
comfortably,
wow.
like playable on the 3 Plus, which
Mhm.
is really good. Like that's pretty solid. That's more games than most people have on their GameCube to begin with. So I mean that's a solid win. But I think they put the active cooling there to get that other like to get close to that 100% of all GameCube games. And I think really that's it. I think for the most part, if you're looking to get a if this is your intro to emulation, I would highly recommend getting a Retro Pocket, whether it's a 3 Plus or the Flip.
Or the
If you're
two.
not a fan, or the 2 Plus is still great. Like
I
the
loved
2
it.
Plus,
It's fun.
yeah, dude, it works super
Dude,
well
I put so
in
much time
Android.
into it when I was sick because you gave it to me and I had kind of forgot about it for a couple weeks and then I got really sick with the flu and that
Mhm.
thing saved me, bro. I was like bedridden for 3 days and that Retroid Pocket literally saved me. Like it kept my mind off being sick so much.
Yeah.
Well, on the news of handheld gaming, we also have the Steam Deck to talk about. The
Oh
Steam
yeah.
Deck is currently on sale. Currently on sale, 10% off, right?
10%. I believe it's 10%. I'm gonna pull up the actual uh prices for it, but it is lower. Now, Chris, as somebody who plays a lot of PC games,
Mm-hmm.
because I know your Steam library is quite extensive from
Yeah,
what I
my
understand.
Steam library is pretty big.
Would you entertain getting a Steam Deck for the price that it's at right now?
What is it at, like 450?
I'm gonna just double check right now. I think so. It's 10% off this week because it's first year. Like it's its first year, and that is very entertaining. So right now for the base model, with a carrying case, it's 359 and 10 cents from
Okay.
399.
Okay,
That's
okay.
64 gigs of eMMC storage, and it comes in 1 to 2 weeks. No questions asked. There's
64 gigs
no
is nothing though.
it's
Oh, okay, wait, hold on,
nothing.
hold
It's
on.
nothing. But I think there's on a Steam Deck,
So they have the 256.
you
You
could
can
put
have an
in
external
a
hard drive, right?
yeah, well, it's not like an external hard drive, but
Oh, you can
you
put
can
in
get one of
internal?
you could put a whatever it's called, SD card. You can put an SD card in it.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
actually didn't know
man.
that.
Yeah. So you could put in an SD card in that thing. I'm more gravitated towards, I have a PS5, so I mean, I'm gravitating towards that 512 gig. It's an SSD. I'm more gravitating towards the 512 gigabyte model just because it's an SSD. It's gonna run all these games that you have on your Steam library flawlessly, perfectly, with no lag, no nothing. So me personally, I think that's a go-to. I think that's a win right there. What do you think? What are you gravitating towards? If you're getting a Steam Deck, what are you gravitating towards? Because
I
not only
don't know,
does it
man.
come in with that five with that five, like say for example you get the middle model at 256 gigs. You get obviously you get faster storage, you get an SSD, you get the carrying case, and you get exclusive Steam Community Profile bundle. I have no idea what that means.
Okay, so yeah, I have the sales right in front of me right now. So 359, 10%. That's cheap, man.
That's
It's
very
it's
cheap,
it's
man.
tempting, dude. But honestly, with the Switch and my PS5 and my PC, I'm just like I'm fine. I'm good. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I just
But
don't
like,
need it because like all the handheld gaming I need is like on my Switch already. Like if I'm gonna do any other
yeah,
handheld gaming, like I'm already gonna be home like playing on my PC. Like I don't know. Maybe
yeah, but
it's for
aren't
other
there?
people, but
Mhm.
for me,
What
I
about
don't know.
what about people that only that the majority of their library is pretty much stuck on Steam? Like they pretty much play only Steam. Like they're pretty computer heavy,
If
or
they
like
were a
even somebody
PC
who
only
has like
gamer, yeah. If you're a PC gamer and you don't have much of like any other consoles, then yeah, I would get the Steam Deck. Like I think it would be
yeah,
no
just so you
question.
could take it with you.
Like if I had the option between picking a Switch or a Steam Deck, I would pick the Steam Deck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if I had,
Oof, oof, but
you
that's
know,
so. Oh, but you block yourself off so hard when it comes to like exclusive games that are on Switch. That's the thing, though.
yeah. But
Like,
if you really want to play those games, you'll make it happen by getting a Switch either way. But that's the
yeah,
point. But like I don't know, the Steam Deck has never really been a thing that I've been super interested in.
hmm
I don't know. Sort of, kind of, what puts me off by it. It's like, I mean, it's inevitable that's gonna be bulky, but like, I just hate how bulky it is. Like,
but I hear it's really ergonomic. Like it feels good in the hand. Like if I were to buy one, I would have to have you. Like honestly, I wouldn't even buy it for me because I don't have like a very big library on my Steam in my
Mhm.
Steam library. I don't
Yeah,
have that many games on my Steam library to begin with. Like most of my games are in my PS5. They're on my Switch. Like if it's something else, it's gonna be on my Retroid Pocket. That's pretty much like when there's a game that is only PC and it looks awesome, it's kind of depressing. For me, it's kind of depressing
yeah.
because I don't really have any other way of playing it.
That really doesn't happen that often anymore, though.
Exactly. It doesn't really
Like,
happen all that often anymore. Like there are
yeah.
only few games that are only PC. Like only
Like I
PC?
really
Like
don't. I really can't even think of one. Like maybe like the last one I can even think of is like StarCraft or something. Like StarCraft 2. Like I can't even think of like when was the last PC only game right out of the gate.
mhm.
I don't even know.
I
It's
think
just
I
not
think
like that anymore, to be honest.
yeah,
Gaming
but I
used to be like that, where hard like high demand games used to be PC released first.
mhm.
But now games are meant to be like released on the next gen, all together with PC. Like PCs
Yeah.
lumped together with next gen.
Yeah, but I
Like
think that
remember when Crisis came out? Crisis came out and that became the baseline benchmark for every new PC, right?
oh yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah,
like
like the crisis test.
and then I
Yep.
remember we would tell ourselves like, oh, how like when are our consoles gonna be able to play Crisis like this? Like when is my PS3 or Xbox 360 gonna play Crisis this good? And it won't,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? But now it's not like that. It's like pretty much like if it's playable, it's coming out on all platforms right out of the gate. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, there is something to be said about a console in your hands that can play games like Elden Ring
I dreamed about it.
in your hand, in your
I
hands,
dreamed about it
brother.
growing up. Dude, you can even literally play. Trust me, bro. I am tempted to buy the Steam Deck just for Final Fantasy 14. Just because I can
Oh,
play an MMO on the go. Like an MMO in my hands in bed. You know what I
that's
mean?
insane. That is
Like
legitimately insane.
that is dope. The fact that I could play Final Fantasy 14 on that fucking Steam Deck, like maybe with like a little bits of issues because it's just like not
I
properly
think it,
like
I think just when it comes, but so many things, that's the thing, is that there's so many things in the news when it comes to the Steam Deck, and that people are just trying to put they're
they're
optimizing it
optimizing it. Yeah.
and every day something is being optimized for Steam Deck every single day.
Hmm.
People are trying to get this thing in their hands so that they can play these big AAA titles on something that you can hold in your hands and take wherever you
You know
want.
what? Here's what I say. 20% off, I'll buy it.
Oh, 100. 100. I'll be right there with you.
20
I swear. A
20% off,
20%?
I'm
Oh
buying it.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think by the time you hit 20%,
You
what
think
is
there'll
the
be a new
likelihood?
model? Do you think there's going to be a new model in a couple
Ah,
years?
ah.
Like how soon you think the new model will be out?
It's an OLED screen, right? I
I
think
actually
so.
don't
I
know.
want to say yeah. I want to
Yo,
say yes.
that's an OLED screen. That's nice.
Hold on, because I actually
That's
I
nice, man.
actually do want to know. I
An
do want to
OLED
know.
screen for 359 that plays PC games?
No, it's LCD. It's LCD.
Trash.
No, it's not.
Trash.
It's like immediately, nope, it's garbage. It's trash.
It's garbage.
It's
I
running
knew it's too
twice.
good to be true. There's no way they're selling an OLED screen for $359 on a fucking gaming console. There's no way.
No, it's crazy. No, it's crazy. But more like as the years progress, like these things become a lot easier to allocate, and therefore they cost a lot less money. So an IPS LCD screen is going to cost substantially less money. Now, they didn't skimp out on certain things. Like thank God these things have like the thumbsticks are what's it called, hall sensor analog sticks, which thank God, because I don't know why stick drift is a freaking thing in 2023, but here we are, because God knows how many people have returned their Switch Joy-Cons just because there's stick drift on them.
Hmm.
But for the most part, this thing is well made. It's like all of the buttons work perfectly. The D-pad works beautifully. Analog triggers and bumpers feel fantastic. The way that it grips in your hands, it feels comfortable. As far as I've understood, it fits comfortably in the hand. Now, obviously, resolution suffers, and you're not looking at an OLED screen. Now, I didn't
Is
think
it like
OLED was
seven?
that
Is
big of
it like 720 when it's handheld, or is it 1080 still?
it's 12, so the resolution is 1280 by 800. That's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio.
Okay.
That's what it hits.
Hmm.
Now, when you're playing emulation on this humongous thing, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I bet.
It really does. Like it really does look really nice. If you watch these people on YouTube, like it looks
Oh
super
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. Like
It
people like
looks real good. Like
that's what most people do
honestly,
with it.
just look at
You know
Retroid.
what? I honestly forgot about that. That's the main thing people use. I feel like that's one of the biggest things people use the Steam Deck for is emulation.
Oh yeah, a lot of people. It's a big
I
community of
I honestly
people that
forgot
use
about that.
that a lot of people use the Steam Deck for emulation. Like not strictly. I think when you have this much hardware in the Steam Deck, it's hard to just be like, oh, I'm going to just use this for emulation. But it's a great emulation machine that you have in your hands that costs $600, and you're not paying for a full PC for this thing. Like this plays PC games, you're not paying for a PC. That's insane. That is crazy. Now, granted, you're still not getting like the most beautiful resolution, all this other stuff, whatever. Like honestly, it's hard to argue with the fact that you could play Elden Ring on this friggin' thing.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, who does that? Who does that?
Damn, bro,
Like
you're like
one of the
convincing
hardest.
me to buy this.
No, it's the thing. The thing is that there's certain games that are impossible, that are even hard to play. Just getting a
Like
good, like a
mid
decent
range,
graphics card,
a mid
a
range
mid
PC.
range
Yeah.
graphics card. Yeah, man. Like you cannot play like Control. Control is one of the hardest games to play on a mid range graphics card. It
Hmm.
still kind of chugs. Like
Yeah.
even on pretty good graphics card, that game kind of chugs. It's hard. It's a hard game to run, and it runs very well. Even Elden Ring, you run it very well on this console, and it's you can chalk it up to the fact that there's a good, like they have an AMD chip in there. It's good. It's a good, like AMD make good everything really from all of the stuff that they make good stuff. And
Hmm.
to partner up with Steam and to do all this stuff with Valve, it's like it's a no-brainer. But like honestly, if it were 20%, I would buy it. And my Steam library is not that big.
So
It
you're
really
you're
isn't.
you're
It's
like
not that
you're.
impressive.
This conversation is genuinely convincing me to buy this. I'm not even joking. Like I
Like
really,
it's
just for the emulation alone, I honestly want to buy it.
No, because you can play GameCube and PS2 very well on the Steam Deck. It's a very good machine for that. Like it's very, very good. And to think that you can play PS2 games and GameCube and still play all of your PC games on this tiny thing that you can hold in your hands, that's insane, bro. That is crazy. And I love the those little pads on the side that
Yeah,
can be used as mice.
yeah.
It's really cool. Like it was very intuitive the way that they made this thing. The way they designed it is very intuitive. Granted, it is huge, and honestly, like if you're taking this, it's the only thing you're taking on a trip with you because nothing else gonna fit with you. But I think if you've been on the fence for a while, getting a Steam Deck, this is very tempting. It's a very tempting offer. I'm not gonna lie to you. If it were 15, I think everybody would have bought it. Honestly, 20 is kind of a pipe dream, but
How
15%
many
off.
years ago did this come out now? 2 years ago? How
No,
many?
it came out a year ago. It came out last year, dog.
Last year? Oh, wow.
Last year. This is their first year. That's why they're doing the 10% off because that's gonna get people fired up to get the new one, or to get this one. Like to finally jump into it and to just see it not be 650 and to see it at 585 for the whole thing for like bells and whistles and everything, 512 gigs SSD, like the fastest storage that you can get. Like it's an anti-glare etched glass, the carrying case, all of it. It's such a tempting offer. Like it's so tempting to get it. Honestly, I'm getting that Retroid Pocket Flip. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's it. I'm getting it. Like I'm getting it. I'm gonna put it in my.
Dude,
I'm gonna put
you
it
have
in
so
add to cart.
many. You have so many emulation devices, man.
Oh yeah, it's kind of insane. It's kind of an obsession, but I love it. It's a lot of fun. Like those things, I love emulation,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's definitely something that I am passionate
I
about, and
I
it's a lot of fun.
I grew up getting my like Game Boys, DSs, and PSPs hacked. I would get them like
Oh, PSP hacks, bro. But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's for a different that's for a
You
different that's for a different conversation.
you would hack it with a Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories game disc. You would
Ooh.
have to have it on PSP firmware, PSP 1000 model on its earliest firmware because the Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories or something like put it at its original dude. I don't know, man. It was fucking crazy. I remember learning to do it as a fucking like literally like 8 9 years old. I was learning to do this shit. It was crazy. It
Oh
was
man.
insane. Like
All
it
right.
fucking hacking
Well,
them into devices and shit.
moving away from the Steam Deck talk, we're still on consoles right now. But one thing that I saw floating around online was this picture of a PS5 Pro and a PS5 Slim. Now,
Oh,
I
that's
feel
right. I
like,
forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
brother, I feel like the PS5 just came out, and I feel like I haven't even had my PS5 for that long. For them to even come out with a PS5 Pro, like what does a PS5 Pro even look like? What is its specs?
It's still a rumor though, right?
It's still a rumor, but I feel like it kind of is, but not really. Like people are hinting at it. But people are hinting at it pretty hard, which is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Like people are really looking at this thing and looking at the PS5 Slim. Like that looks really, really nice. It looks like some of the renders for that PS5 Slim look real nice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really?
I don't know if you have a photo up of it, but it looks pretty
I'm
cool.
looking
I
right
think
now.
it's gonna be.
PS5 Slim.
I think it's going to replace the PS5, the digital version of it. I think that's what it's meant to replace. I think they basically took the entire PS5 digital and just made it smaller, which
Dude, the PS5
it's already big.
Pro looks so booty. Why does that shit look so big?
No,
What?
it looks huge. It does. It looks really big.
Dude, it looks so big.
Like it looks so freaking big, bro. It bothers me a lot. Like I really don't want it to be like big and bulky. My PS5 is already humongous. Like for it to be that much bigger, please God no. Please God no. No. Make this thing smaller, bro. Like make like I obviously, but it's weird though because if you look at the Xbox, so not the Xbox Series X, the Xbox One X. When you looked at it from the Xbox One and then the Xbox One S, and then you look at the Xbox One X, it's basically a One S except thick, like it's a little bit thicker. So maybe the PS5 goes smaller but more pro. I don't know how you can make it more pro. I'm trying to think about
Hmm.
it. I'm trying to think of like how it could be
So
more
the
specced out.
report says that Tokyo-based tech giant will first launch the PS5 Slim with detachable disk drive. It's supposed to be a cheaper model.
Yeah.
May launch in late 2023. That's bogus. That's not gonna happen.
Imagine if it dropped with oh man, what if it dropped with like a new version of the Switch 2? Like just think of like a Switch 2 going up head to head with a PS5 Pro. Oh my
This is saying
God.
that Sony will begin work on the PS6 after 2028.
I think they're trying to hit like a certain timeline because all these consoles come out like pretty much on time. Like
By
they have like a
by
certain
then, do
time
you
frame.
think we'll be in the Nvidia 5000 series? We're in the Nvidia 490 Ti right now. Do you keep up with graphics cards?
Not really. Probably people that listen to the show do. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that the 5,000 series will come at that point? In four
Yeah,
years? In 4 years, yeah.
we'll
In
for
four
sure
years,
be
yeah.
at 5000.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Will
100%.
we be at a 5090 Ti? I have no idea, but and will it cost $4,000 and be out of stock for 9 years? Maybe.
Honestly, that's a definite possibility, honestly, because those graphics cards. I don't even know how it's possible. Like, I feel so many of those. I feel like so many of those graphics cards. They just whenever they go on sale, they're gone. Like in less than an hour, maybe 30 minutes. Now it's easy to get yourself a PS5.
I
Thank
just feel like
goodness.
people. Can you just literally just buy PS5 now? Can I?
You can go into Target right now, right
No,
now,
but
today. You could go into
can I
Target
buy it
today
online
and
right
just buy it.
now? Hold on,
Yeah, you
PS5
could get it on there.
for sure,
Go
right?
to yeah, go to Sony's website. Go to Sony's website right now, and you can just straight buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Target, Best Buy. Yeah, you can straight up buy it anyway.
Yeah, it was funny actually. I went to go just some random like train of thought. I went to GameStop. First off, they had a PS5 bundled with God of War Ragnarok
I
that
was
came bundled.
literally just looking at that. I just closed
Yep.
it, but I was
It's
just looking at
it's
that.
it's bundled with God of War Ragnarok, but they also and I went to go and I wanted
The digital
to
edition, right?
buy.
Oh yeah, this is a great bundle.
Yeah, man, it's a solid bundle. And I went to go and I wanted to get the PS5, the Pro controller, bro. That Pro controller is something else,
Wait, you're
dog.
getting that?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
No,
Dorian,
don't
dude,
do,
Dorian has been pushing me so hard to get that thing.
don't do it,
He's been
bro.
pushing me so.
Don't do it. That's so much money for no reason.
It's
Don't
so
do it.
much money for a damn controller, dog.
Don't
No,
do
I
it.
can't
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
I can't. No, no, no.
Don't justify that, man.
No, I gotta get
Save
that.
your money for the next Steam
For
Deck
that
sale.
retro. No, I gotta get that retro pocket flip, bro. You know it. No, but honestly, I think with these vendors, I think it's a possibility that PlayStation goes for a new version of it. Maybe the PS5 Pro. I think more a PlayStation 5
Wait,
Slim is more
did
imminent.
we get a PS4 Slim?
No, we got a PS5 Pro. I think
We
that's
got a
what we got.
PS4 Pro, and that was the
Oh,
Slim,
we got
right?
a PS4 Pro. We
Because
got a
the
PS4
yeah, because
Pro.
the original PS4 looks like that. Okay, I have them here. I think
Yeah, we got a PS4 Pro.
that's
Because
the
I got it.
original.
I got the man. It was so depressing selling that thing. I went to GameStop. I got the PS4 Pro version, the God of War version.
Hmm.
Selling that thing was so depressing. I remember going to the GameStop and turning it in. I was just like, I'm gonna regret this like in a month from now
You
when I
sold
see
your
those.
Pro
Yeah, I sold my
at
Pro.
GameStop?
Yeah.
Where's my
But I
Pro?
traded it. I traded it in for credit. I traded it in for store credit. I think I ended up using that money
Oh,
to.
I sold my Pro to Omar.
Did you really?
I sold my Pro
What?
to Omar because I had the PS5. I sold it to him, I think, for
Uh,
$200. Yeah, $200.
I think I got a little bit more,
Or maybe
but I also got I got
no,
a
no, no,
different
no.
version of
I
it.
think I charged him 300 because I also gave him like 6 games, 7 games because I got the PS5 digital, so I didn't need
Oh
my
yeah.
physical games anymore. So I gave him a ton of
Mm,
games and I gave him 2 controllers. So I charged him 300 for the
pretty
console, the
decent
control.
price.
Yeah.
Pretty decent price. It's not too bad. But yeah, I mean this is obviously this is just a rumor. These are things we're just speculating. Honestly, if it comes out at the end of this year, I mean honestly I feel like PS5 just started like Sony just started making PS5s available for everybody. Like this year. I feel
That's
like
what I
it
was
was
gonna
this
say.
year.
Yeah, that it just became widely available like this year or last year. That's what I'm saying.
Like
It's
it
like
felt like it was like last month. Like we were talking about that in February. Like the beginning, near the end of February. I was like, is there a shortage anymore? I feel like there's no more shortage anymore. I think people can actively go onto their website and just buy one outright. So I really hope that scalpers, if it is true, scalpers stay away because people that actually want to game and want to play this stuff,
hmm
like it would be super freaking annoying. But I also feel like the cost for a PS5 Pro would cost so much money that it's gonna turn people away from it entirely and make PS5 just so much more appealing to just get the base model for it. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah.
That's what I think is gonna happen. But
Let's let's
okay,
uh let's let's go ahead and start closing it off with the deals for Switch and
sure.
PlayStation. So I got up right now the essential picks. Wait, is that the latest deal? Because I think there's a new sale going on for PlayStation. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, essential picks. That's the one. So Forspoken, rest in peace.
Oh yeah, RIP. What's that price? What's that price at?
33%,
46?
$46.
Ooh, 33% off. My God.
One Piece Odyssey. I was actually gonna try One Piece Odyssey, but I don't
I
know.
hear is it good?
Dude,
Dude,
One Piece games, first of all, don't do well at all. Like, I think the only One Piece like game that does well is the One Piece Warrior games, which are like the Dynasty Warrior games,
yeah,
and those are like the only ones that do well. Other than that, like One Piece games are honestly pretty trash. They're
yeah.
pretty subpar, mediocre.
Yeah.
NBA 2 came. Who cares about sports ball? Not us. Maybe
Nope.
you.
No, dude, I already told you. I think I told you when we were talking about the PSVR 2. I think the only time I'm really interested in playing any sports game is probably if I were to play it in VR. I think that's
Yeah,
going to be a lot of
yeah.
fun. But I think apart from that, absolutely not. No way in God's
Need for
creation.
Speed
Nope.
Unbound. I don't even know if that's good or not. I didn't.
I kind of want to play it. I've entertained the idea every now and again. I've entertained the idea. It's already at 50% off, so honestly, and that's for the Palace edition. So
Yeah.
unless I really wanted it physical, in which case, in this case, I kind of don't.
Were we
That's a pretty
talking
tempting
about that
offer.
Sonic Frontiers was free? I thought we mentioned
No,
Sonic
no,
Frontiers.
no. It's not this month. Okay, for everybody who's listening to this podcast, please listen up because this is very important. Sonic Frontiers is going to be free in the month of April, and I'm almost 100,000% certain that is a fact. So do not buy the digital versions, or that's on PS. What's it called? PlayStation. It's your PlayStation Plus. I think it's going to be the free games for the month of April.
The PS Plus Premium.
Yeah. Just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Sekiro
Like
Shadows Die Twice. Amazing game. Super, super
I'm
good.
actually is it weird that I'm kind of interested in getting this Power Wash Simulator? Are you down to play that game? I'm honestly like I'm down
Dude,
to
everyone is playing that game. That's such a
dude, I
big
kind of want to play
it's a big
is it
Twitch stream game. Like everyone's playing on Twitch, like a lot of people are playing it.
like I kind of want to play it with you. Are you down? Because I hear that there's multiplayer for
Oh
that
wait, it
too.
is multiplayer? I didn't even know it
Yeah,
was.
dude, it's multiplayer. I think it's also
Yo, this game's made by
cross
Square
platform.
Enix? What
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck?
Yo, they really be on it this year, bro. They're
That's
on it.
so funny.
Oh man. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why, Square
Dude, you know
Enix
what?
comes out with
We
these
should buy
incredible
this game.
games. No, let's try it. I'm down to live stream it, honestly. For anybody watching on YouTube, please
Midgar special pack. Yo, they have fucking Final Fantasy DLC for this game.
yeah.
You power wash
Oh yeah,
fucking Cloud's
he's
bike.
100% down to play it. Oh, he's
Yo,
100% down to play it.
you power wash his bike. That's so funny, dude.
I'm telling you, man, it's something else, dude. I don't know why I don't know why it took this long for
I'm
well,
honestly
first
pretty
off, I
down.
had no idea that this game was made by Square Enix. I had no idea, none whatsoever. Until I started doing research on it. I was like, this is made by Square Enix.
Yeah, I'm
And
sold out
honestly,
by tech.
I didn't know that was a thing until I went on Nintendo's website to look up deals for the Switch, and Square Enix was having like a big sale, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they technically still do. They still have a big sale on what's it called on Switch. But they have Power Wash Simulator at 20% off 19.99. But I didn't know that they made this game. I was like, what? What? Y'all crazy, dog.
I'm
You
buying
must
the
be
game right now.
out of your mind. Also, they made Life is Strange. I had no idea. But honestly, that's more believable than Power Wash Simulator. What in the world? Uh, but let me run off some games for Switch. There's Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers
Wait,
edition.
bro. Persona 3,
Oh,
Persona 4. Those are important.
okay,
Persona 3,
okay.
Persona 4. Okay, go on with Switch. That's all that matters.
By the way, I think that those deals, I think the Persona 3, Persona 4 also are viable on Switch. I think they're also on sale. If I am wrong, then check me on that, please. Let's see. For Square Enix, other Square Enix games that are on sale. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, 30% off. pretty much every Final Fantasy game is on sale. Final Fantasy 7, 50% off. Crisis Core is 20% off. I feel like that game just came out and it's on sale. Harvestella is also 30% off. Tactics Ogre Reborn, if you're into Tactics RPGs, Tactics Ogre is like super, like it's intense how much of a tactics game that is. Collection of Saga is 40% off, and Chris has pretty much decided for me that I have to play these because uh I've
Which one?
not
What game?
the collection of Saga, the Final Fantasy Legend.
Oh
I think it's
yes.
Final Fantasy Legend.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's
That's
that
good.
or the
You've never played Secret of Mana, man?
oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like I haven't played Legend of Mana. I've played Secret of Mana. The collection of Mana is also 50% off. That's a $40 collection,
Dude,
and it's down to
Secret of Mana is
$20.
straight up vibes. Like it's
Oh yeah.
straight up like action RPG, old school vibes. It's so good.
Uh,
Let's get to the
mo
Switch sales.
Okay, so moving on into so NIS is also having a sale on Switch. So The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, that's a fantastic RPG. That is 20% off. Yomawari Lost in the Dark is 25% off. That I love that game. Another great game is The Cruel King and the Great Hero. It's kind of monotonous, but I actually really enjoy the art style of it. It's like a hand-drawn art style. I really enjoy it. It is 45% off, down from 29.99 to 16.49. That is a great deal. What else? The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 3, another RPG.
So
Ease
you
9
play
Monstrum Nox.
the Trails games?
Yeah. I think I showed you. Did I
I
ever show
have
you a picture?
literally never played a single one of those games.
Oh, it's great. It is great. You gotta play it. You gotta try it. The Alliance
I don't even know how to
Alive.
start. Those games intimidate me, to be honest.
They're kind of intimidating. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I play Trails from Zero,
Because
I'm gonna say
it's
it's
an
a
overarching story, correct? Like it
yeah,
continues from game to game to game.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's what
You don't need to know it, but it like you won't know
I
a
would
good
want to.
bit of
I would want
yeah,
to. Yeah.
yeah. For anybody who's like a big RPG fan, like it's like if you want like full backstory, you
But
should play
let
like
me
some of the
ask
other
you,
games.
do they all continue in the same combat system? Does the combat system change?
I believe some of their systems have changed. I haven't tried out the newest game. I just got it. Like I just got it and I've been so enraptured in what's that game that I've been playing? Oh my God. Um I literally talked about the like literal see this is what happens when we have to Atomic Heart. There we go. When we have to like step away from talking. I've been enraptured in Atomic Heart like for a minute here, and I haven't had a chance
Yo, there's
to
too
play any
many
of
of
the
these
games.
games.
But NAS makes incredible RPGs. Like they're incredible. The Alliance Alive HD remastered is down from 65%. 65%. The Languisher 1 and 2 is bundled. It's a $50 get. It's a $50 price. It's a 65% price drop. That's 49.99 to $17.49. That is a tremendous. These are hours. These are days worth of gaming, like in RPGs. If you
Yo,
love RPGs, these are
they're the
huge
people that make
deals.
Ys.
Yeah, ease. Yeah, not
Oh,
Monstrum Nox is I think it's there. I've been wanting to get Monstrum Nox physical for a minute. And actually I saw Yeeves 11, I want to say, the newest one. I can't remember. It's on PlayStation 5.
the newest one
And
is
I
Monstrum
saw it.
Nox.
Yeah, this is Monstrum Nox. It's 50% off. It's from 60 down to $30,
Yeah,
and
the
that's a
newest
great
Ys is
deal.
Monstrum Nox. Ys 9.
No. It's not Yeeves 9. No, it's not.
Ys 9 is the
No,
latest.
no, 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 no. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro.
No, it's not. I'm
Yes,
gonna
it
pull it up.
is,
No, it's
bro.
not. No, it's
Oh
not.
my god.
Nope.
Oh my god.
It's Yeez,
In
Lacrimosa of Dana.
That's
Lacrimosa of Dana.
7. That's 8.
Then why is it on PS5?
Because it's just a report. It
Oh,
it's
it's a report.
yeah.
Okay, here
Because
I am like being an
they
idiot.
come out on Switch and they come out on like
Okay, so I'm
PS5.
just
Like
being an idiot.
no,
I'm just being
they
an idiot.
re-released these games. It's the same as the Trails games. Dude, they had a fighting game. Ys versus Trails in the Sky. It was a Ys
Ooh,
Trails. It's pretty crazy.
that is kind of nuts.
I didn't know they were
Um,
like that. Yeah, so I've played a lot of Ys games. So Ys Memories of Celceta I've played, 8 I've played, 9 I've played, 7 I've played, and 6 I've played. And then 1 and 2 I've played. because one and
Damn, you
two,
actually played a lot of them, bro.
yeah,
That is a lot.
Ys 1 and 2 were in like a collection that I played. And then I played 6. 7 was on the PSP. That was like the best one. Honestly, 7 is so badass. And then Memories of Celceta is 8, which I think is a prequel to 7 or something like that. And that one's
Mhm.
badass too. I mean, honestly, dude, they're all fun. I mean, they're so like have you played any of them? A lot?
No, I haven't played any of the Ys games.
Bro, you can
I
literally
remember
pick up
what.
any of them. Pick up any of them. There technically is like an overarching story with the main character Adol, Adol,
Yeah.
whatever. Like he's the main character throughout all the games. So they refer to his previous adventures, like, oh, he's the guy who did this, he's the guy who did this, or you did this in the past. But like
Mhm.
it really doesn't fucking matter because every game has its own plot, own thing, like its own everything.
Yeah.
But you can pick up any one and play any one and have a good time with it.
Yeah. I mean, but like Ease Origin is like $20. A lot of these games are like dirt cheap. Like they're super inexpensive. Like the Ease games right now are not expensive. Ease Origin is 19.99. Ease 9 Monstrum Nox is $30 right now, 50%
I
off.
feel like it's a
Like
very underrated RPG series, to be honest.
yeah. I definitely got to try it out. I definitely have to try it out. And then one more game I saw that I have to.
But
Okay, so
Trails is another one that I never played though.
yeah, that is, but that's a very, it's very intense. Like it's a very intense RPG system. So like if you're hardcore in the RPG systems, like that's the one to get. But you've been playing Onanaki, and Onanaki is 60% off from $50 to 19.99, and that's on Switch. I don't know if it's the same thing on PS5. Is it on PS5? Did you play it on PS5?
Yeah, I'm playing on
Or
PS5. Well, it's
is
free. It's
it? Do
free.
you
It's
think
on
I
the PS
should?
Premium.
Oh my God. Then I think the only way I would get Onanaki physical, wait, does he even
Dude,
have a
why are you
physical?
trying to get the game physical when you have it free on PlayStation?
I don't know because I want it. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm a physical collector too. I can't tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But Onanaki is 19.99. If you only have a Switch, that's now's the time to get it. Now's the time to get it. I'm probably gonna download it on PlayStation because Chris is already frustrated with me, so I'm probably just gonna do that. I was like, what am I gonna do? And I think for me, as far as Switch goes, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. Uh, if you have anything that you see that
No, I'm trying to get
uh
into these Trails
excited you.
games. I'm looking up footage right now of these Trails games, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
because because
Yeah, they're good games. They're
because
solid games.
I'm huge into the East series. I love the East series, and I didn't know it was like they were close like that.
Nah, they're definitely close like that. They're definitely on point. Like these RPGs are not to be messed around with. They're a lot of good fun. And then whatever. Like I think everything else, I'm trying to look. Obviously most Lego Star Wars, like there's a big thing for like Warner Brother games. There's a spring sale going on right now. So like all the Lego DC universe, Lego DC supervillains. There's a bunch of stuff for Lego Marvel superheroes. If you have kids, obviously these are good options to play. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga is down 60% off. I mean, these are huge. These are huge games that span through like tons of different like worlds. So I
Yeah.
think you're gonna have a good time with them. Obviously, Mortal Kombat. Honestly, if you're gonna play Mortal Kombat 11, just get a get a PlayStation and play this game because it's a lot more fun. There's a lot more blood too. So
Yeah.
like honestly, like if it doesn't look as gory as you think it does, I mean you're playing it on the wrong system. Like I would never play Mortal Kombat 11 on a Switch. It's just you're doing it a disservice. Play this game on PlayStation. Play it on an Xbox. I don't care. Like it's a lot of fun on those systems. If that's the only thing you got, these are good sales, man. These are good sales. Right now, the spring sale is live. And there's one more game that's out that I have to mention. We could talk about it next week because currently I actually really wanted to play it, and it's called Have a Nice Death. That game just came out, I believe, yesterday. You can look it up yourself, but I'm excited to play it because it is a roguelike. It's a 2D action roguelike, and I am freaking excited for it, but I'm going to
You were
leave
telling
that
me about this
for
game
next.
before. Yeah.
Huh?
You were telling me about this game before. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely am going to be playing it, and I'll be talking about it next week for sure. Chris, do you have anything to add? What do you
No,
think?
that should be it. Still super excited for Mega Man Battle Network. That's coming out in like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Oh, dude,
You know,
I've actually been playing Mega Man Battle Network One on an emulator,
on
like
where?
on an emulator just on my tablet. I've just been playing Mega Man Battle Network One.
I pulled out my Retroid Pocket 3 because I had a couple of things I had to do with my car,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to be at the dealership for a minute. So I was like, so I brought my Retroid Pocket because I didn't want to bring over my Switch, and I was like, oh, you know what I could do? I could check out all the Mega Man Battle Network games I have.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was like, bro, they're all of them. And I'm like,
yeah, they're all there.
I gotta. Before we start talking about because I told you, I think last week that I've never played any of the Battle
Hmm.
Network games. So
Yeah.
now you've hyped it up a bit.
You
Now I'm
should, if you
curious.
have time, you should pick up the third one. Just start playing the third one.
Yeah?
The third one is fun, and it's seen as one of like the best ones.
Are they
Yeah.
all standalone? Are they all standalone? Can you just pick
Dude,
up any of them, or do they
technically
all?
it's overarching, but like dude, it's
Uh,
like a kid storyline. It's whatever, bro. The storyline is so kiddie, and it's so like friendship saves the world. Like it doesn't matter, bro. Like,
it's
like
like the kids are trying to save the world
yeah, yeah. There
again.
are some
There's a
cool
bad
themes.
guy.
There are some cool twists here and there, but like it's whatever. It's more about like the
Yeah.
combat, collecting the battle chips, like the music's badass.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Everybody who's on YouTube, please subscribe, like the video. We appreciate it a lot. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And once again, this is Not for Normies. We'll be seeing you next week, guys. Later.
See ya.